today. The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Power Trading Hour with your host, David White. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, David White.
And welcome all to another exciting edition of the Power Trading Hour with me, your humble, lovable, and squeezably soft host, who normally plays a sound effect at the moment, but he can't find it. Well, maybe he will be able to find it. If he just can vamp long enough, he will find it and they will come.
The following takes place between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m.
And we've got markets down 7 points on the S&P cash, up 7 on the Dow, down 57 on the NASDAQ. And we had kind of a nice little pop in the morning, kind of rolled over. We've got a few stocks starting to show some damage that have been the invincibles. I wouldn't say Apple is that one, but certainly Tesla is off of 1,025. Man, did I want to short it, but I think the cheapest option I could get on it was $55. That means it'd have to make $55 just before I started even making money, probably. There weren't a lot of shares to short, so I didn't stick it in the newsletter. But yeah, that's a pretty good example of what you're looking for individual stocks making highs. Now, of course, a break here and some volume, which is about 13 million shares. We'll look at it in a minute. But if that is a break of the three-gap play, if that's a gap and we finish up today, as I think we will, that will say that Tesla's probably heading back to what would it be, about $700. There's 3 or 4 gaps right there at the $700 range. And you know what? If I could have bought some puts up there at about $20, but I think when I was looking at it, when it was at $1,025, I think the puts for the thousands were $60. So it had to move $27 just to get to the money, much less getting out of the money. But what you've got here is the close probably below the 3x3 or 9-day moving average out here. And that's kind of what you were looking for. You may get some more noise out here to the side, but my guess is that the 683 low from May 1st is probably something that's going to come around. And just Tesla over bloated. It's never going to make the kind of money that everybody says it will. But as long as you have a cult, you never have to really worry about it, do you? Anyway, when we look at the volumes out here, you want to be somewhere in the neighborhood of about 10 or 11 billion shares. We got about 8.3. So we're kind of coming in here for light volume. A lot of my sector oscillator work suggests you're going to find bottoms in a lot of these sectors on Tuesday or Wednesday. Options expiration, of course, for the month is on Friday. Maybe setting up for some very good call last minute expiration week calls next week. And now you're just playing around here at 3,000. Yeah, we're down 10 points on the S&P cash, but volume is fairly light. So I would expect probably maximum pressure on the market before the end of the day. And then, of course, if you can't get them to sell going into a Friday, generally Monday is a tough day to get any more action on the downside. From the bear perspective, you could say that we've got a continuation of the downside move. My guess is that we're just a few days away from the old Fed taking its fire hose out and washing down all those bears. They're a little smelly. And they certainly are not optimistic. So anyway, 335 on Apple. basically flat on the day, still 10, 15 bucks higher than it was on Monday. And, is it the end of the world for Apple? Probably not. We're going to talk, if we get time, with Tom O'Brien about their big dog and pony coming up in a week or so. Other things are out there. Anyway, there's a lot of stocks that kind of higher today, kind of rotated back down, but again, not a huge press on volume. Even on Tesla, we're really not talking about the kind of volumes that you would think would come in to breaking a fairly significant move. What are we doing out here? About 12 million shares. And you got a high with 18 million shares. It's been weak since it broke above the April 30th high. That had 28 million shares. You got 18 million shares on the 10th. But sometimes you can see it coming. There just isn't really a good play that makes the risk reward work out, and that is going to be it on Tesla. And of course, as I look at it, just always one of those things where any pullback could be a righteous gift. And especially when your back is kind of against the wall. So we'll see how the end of the day closes out here. Still, actually, am I up? Up in that one. Down a few dimes on that one. So things are not all that bad. Certainly, if you bought late in the day yesterday, probably not a lot of change out there. But what can you say? Give me a call, 877-927-6648. Unflummoxed. No fear, no negative views, no negative waves. I don't mind somebody saying the market's going down or up. But telling me it's the end of the world, I'm not a buyer. The market finally getting bearish. We had a high volume high. So I suspect more than likely we're going to go retest it. Of course, options expiration a week from today. I suspect, some of the biggest money I've ever made has been in horrible markets. I think John could probably bring it up. But, I think the best ones were just horrible markets into Thursday. And either I bought on the Thursday calls on the Thursday close or Friday morning calls and just horrible markets. And 3, 4, 5, 600% in a day in out of the money calls those days. Same way, sometimes the opposite way too. The markets just flip down. So I'm always waiting for that maximum risk reward that we get a week from today. So not a big deal. I had one in my daily newsletter, which I ended up, I think, losing 1% on. Of course, traded the same thing and made 15, 20, and I think 25% on it the 3 times before. And I think maybe I've traded it 5 times since the whole thing started. And been a very good instrument for me. But we'll look at it. Oh, we're up 3 points already. Can't keep a good market down. Turn that frown upside down, folks.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
And let's see, what do we want to do here? I want to save this. The market move continues moving even when I have to do a radio show. So sometimes I have a fiscal responsibility to actually put out a newsletter while on the air. So getting it ready. It'll be out here in 30 minutes or so. Okay, what do we have going on? Well, a little bit of history.
And it's all just a little bit of history repeating.
On this day, 1994, Nicole Brown Simpson, famous football player O.J. Simpson's ex-wife and her friend. Why do they say that? He wasn't, he was a little more than a friend. Ron Goldman are brutally stabbed to death outside Nicole's home in Brentwood, California, in what quickly becomes one of the most highly publicized trials of the century. And, of course, Ron Goldman, the quote, friend, was busy driving around the Ferrari of one-time O.J. Simpson, who ex-wife got it in the divorce. And old Ron was more than willing to drive it around in front of O.J. Simpson, kind of ready, waving the red flag in front of the bull. So there's always a little more there that they don't say. And, of course, we can tell because of the jury verdict, he was totally innocent of the charges. But, man, what a trial. What a long move. And, of course, generally the problem with all these big trials is it brings out the absolute worst in the prosecutors and, of course, the defense attorneys and the juries and and, of course, the judges and everybody that's associated with it, because most people never get in front of a crowd And when they do, man, do they go for hamming it up. Of course, the big mistake is they could have charged this out in Malibu and decided to show everybody how great it was to have a trial in downtown L.A. That was a slam dunk guilty verdict in Malibu and turned into nothing but lots of riots in downtown L.A. What can you say? All in the rearview mirror now. And, of course, everything worked out fine. It was a catharsis for us all. I'm rolling my eyes here for those people who not watching on Tiger TV. Okay, let's get back to that. Of course, he moved down here to Florida, as so many people do, because in bankruptcy, you get to keep your house. So what you do, you put everything, all your money in a big house, and you claim bankruptcy, keep your house, and then you sell it, get all the cash back. Oh, yes, and the worst of all, the Kardashians. Okay, so anyway, 29.97, we're hanging out here. Volume's really kind of tailed off the last hour and a half. So we'll see what's happening. But like I said, we're running about 2 or 3 billion shares below what we probably should do on a Friday. We could I think we're probably going to see some chop Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That would suggest probably we find some kind of footing for the last couple of days before options expiration. At least that's what I'm looking at now. There could be some other things. We could even have people buy up the close or even cover their short positions on this very light volume. Of course, continuing to have record high short positions in literally everything in the marketplace. The reason the market came down so quick and fast in February was there were almost no shorts. Now it's hard to actually find some shares to short, and I can give the example of Tesla. Why there should be plenty of shares to short. Of course, you probably find some big hedge funds were more than willing to pay up to short Tesla the last couple of days, and why it may have been so hard to actually short if you wanted to try so yourself. Okay, let's start looking at some charts. Is Apple, I'm sure everybody's wondering if Apple is that really negative. You really didn't have a lot of volume. You had 28 million shares on February 12th, 326. You got through it, though, with about 8 million more shares on the 9th. So you broke out with what would be a sign of strength. You went a little higher on light volume the day after, or 41 million shares. Now you pulled back yesterday with 50 million shares, today with 34 million. 326.34 would probably be a buy. And maybe you see that come, what do we get down to today? 334. So maybe another $3, $4, $6, $8. You test that with light volume maybe next couple of days in February, and then get ramped up for some big product announcements the next week. So that would be, if I was shorting stuff, I still wouldn't be shorting Apple. But if you are looking at shorting Apple, I would be very worried about being into the week of the 22nd or 23rd, and having some fairly big product announcements for their development conference. Maybe they don't have anything, but my guess is they're going to start talking about some of the stuff they do. And, of course, people will do the same thing they've been doing for forever with a company that has $280 billion. Okay. Other stocks of interest. Microsoft, actually right now, kind of yesterday and today, kind of below its 9-day moving average. You had a lot of volume yesterday, about half of it. Microsoft continues to execute as well as any company ever has in technology and software. the big revelations over the last week for their developer conference was the ability on a Windows PC machine to develop for iOS, that is smartphones, iPhones for you folks, and Lutes. But you can also develop natively for Linux on the latest version of Windows 10 too. So literally, they'll give you all the tools that you need, and you can develop for smartphones and for either Android or iPhone. iOS is what that is. And of course, you can develop for Linux or Windows PCs or Macintoshes too, although I don't know anybody actually doing any serious development on Macintoshes. It's gotten down to about 4% of the entire market. Infinitesimal, as far as I can tell. Apple's kind of given up on it. But we shall see. I know you had a lot of those people that were just Mac hacks, but the latest laptops, for the last 2 or 3 years, they've been, in comparison, really second-rate compared to what Microsoft and its partners have been giving out. We'll be back in a minute.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we got a little bit of weakness in Netflix today. Again, not the kind of volume that you would suggest. Maybe it comes down here and retests 397.86. And of course, one of the things I always thought, we talked about it many times over the last few months, is that these stocks where everybody was going to go and watch Netflix till the cows came home would eventually run out of stuff that they want to watch on it and probably cancel their subscriptions for a while and do what's in the industry called churn. You have a pretty good candle so far today. Again, not the kind of volume. You wanted about 7 million shares today. You got about 5 so far. So there's not that much to jump up and down about in that either. These could kind of continue on. My guess is that we continue in this upper trading range from somewhere around 3,000 to 3,250, probably through the 4th of July. Most models, even though the press is busy beating the drum again now on COVID, is that we'll probably be down to infinitesimal amounts of infections by September. That's been pretty much the best models so far. And of course, you'll have individual spikes in areas, especially areas that you have a lot of illegal aliens, what do they call them now? Call them something else. But there are illegal aliens coming across the border, kind of ramping in Texas. You don't see hardly any of that in Georgia and Alabama, a little bit more here in the United States. And those things will burn themselves out, just like the bigger person did burn out. But, it won't, unless it really starts moving across the country as a whole again, we're probably looking at these little areas being selectively and tactically attacked instead of trying to give, what would you call it? I think the best thing we could say is we took a huge dose of cancer drug. What do they call that? Chemotherapy. That's what we did. We just took a huge dose of chemotherapy and hoped that it didn't kill us before it killed the virus. And I think we're probably moving on to better, more targeted stuff in the future. But my guess is we are going to see that kind of movement back into selective areas being tamped down. It's going to be a little bit of what's that game? Whack-a-mole. As we move through it. The thing that I would worry about is a huge restart up of it somewhere around December or January of next year. But, we'll see. Okay. Yes, it may be the best one, and you're going to get those. It doesn't mean it's the end of the world. I understand how everybody has so invested in that everything goes to hell, but I'm actually kind of optimistic that we'll eventually go over it. I'm not looking here at 1940 and saying the Nazis are coming and we can't do anything about it and no one's going to get hurt. We got to kind of be optimistic. And I don't understand the constant doom and gloom. That's just me, though. And yeah, I think the best models that I can find still show in September that we're probably going to be down to a very low rate. And as many of these things happened before, probably going to see some kind of resurgence back around Christmas time in this year. What else is going on here? Anyway, Netflix. Let's take a quick look at Amazon. Not doom and gloom, just following facts. Well, we'll see. Amazon back to the 9-day moving average. And what do we have here? You're down. You had to 5.8 million shares today, 3.7 million shares. That's it. Okay. We looked at Amazon. Okay. Okay, I don't know about that. Let's go back. Okay, got that. Okay, anything going on in GDXJ? GDXJ. Yeah, you're still down. You got a light volume today. That would be probably the best thing you could say. The support level of 42.92 on May 27th, about 12 million shares. You're back into it with about 4.6. So did you actually, what is that, the low today? 43.62. Maybe you get that tested. 42.92 would be kind of nice. Maybe you don't get all the way down there, but you certainly are on light volume today compared to the 15 million share day down, which certainly would blow away that 42.92 of May 27th. Okay. Question on Taiwan Semiconductor, TSM. Okay. Okay. Still above. This is going to be the go-to stock for the SMHs. And since basically they're building 3/4 of all the chips in the world, you're down on kind of light volume. Let's take a look at the SMHs here today. Okay, you're down yesterday on 4.6. Today, down to 3.6. You're kind of right at support about 142, 142.85 today. And maybe you get down in there. 140 looks like it should be fairly good support in the SMHs. Okay, take a quick look at Qualcomm. It's basically flat on the day. It broke pretty hard. You had some decent volume yesterday, 15.2 million shares. Goes into 6.4 million shares. What can you say? It's underneath that. You had a big candle without a lot of volume on the second. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, about $80 is probably fairly big support on it. Again, probably looking at 5G stuff getting pushed out till October, November, maybe even December. Yeah, maybe this is just a pop, comes back down to the breakout area. Oh, it didn't really break out with much volume. I probably wouldn't want to buy it unless I could get back to 80.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
And we're back. Let's see, what else do we have going on here? Okay. Okay. Looking at the XME. Okay. Again, came down pretty hard on volume yesterday. That was 4.5 million shares. And what are you going to say? 2.4 million shares. I don't know exactly what. Okay. Yeah, most of these, we've seen some signs maybe that we get some bottoming at least into next week. My guess would be, if you're looking at the XME, probably I'd wait a couple of days. You may have Monday or maybe Monday, but I'm probably going to say something like Tuesday or Wednesday. You're probably going to see these things settle out, and then maybe a little pop into Friday, and then we'll see what that pop looks like into Friday and expiration on the 19th, and then we'll see what happens. So that's it. You had that high on April 29th, 4 million shares. You went 4.5 million shares. But, yeah, could you still kind of get back up to 22, back up into these gaps, maybe 22 and a half, and then see this thing kind of move down a little bit more? You could, but I'd give it a couple more days. I think it's going to be a lot clearer. Okay, what else do we have? Question about AMAT. Back to support, which goes back from the May 19th area back to June 2nd. Let's say that. Back into that, kind of the highest volume day in that range was about 10 million shares. Yesterday had 9.3, 5.6 so far today. So you're basically on that support level on that. But again, we'll have to see how the end of the day comes in. Is the volume going to come in with another, let's call it, hour and 15 minutes? Yeah. like I said, I think that probably we're going to have a lot of chop till about midweek next week. So I'm not a big fan of jumping in here on a lot of stuff yet. Okay, got a few more questions to see like that. And that. Okay. And Microsoft, I don't think there's anything different there. Okay. And see what else we have. Let's go through the rest of the list of the stuff I have here. Boise Cascade, BIB. This is the one that was kind of interesting to me. It's back down. This is Biogen, BIIB. 2.7 million shares with 1.1 million shares today. So that was 262.25 at the low to 273. Okay. Okay, what else do we have? Coupa Software. Looking at this one. And what do we have? Okay. Let's see here. We were looking at this the other day, which is Domino's. 380, which is February 20th, 5 million shares. 800,000 shares yesterday as it kind of went through that. She had about 1/5 the volume, a little bit of a reversal here. And what do we have? D-Rad. Enzo Biochem. Don't know much about this one. It is a $2.20 stock this morning. And see, that's the 23rd. He had a gap up that had 7.6 million shares. 500,000 shares yesterday. 161 today, so that does fill the gap. Expedia Group. This does kind of head lower. Okay. Gap up on Fortune Brands. That was on the 18th of May, 2.2 million shares. Got back into it today with 700,000 shares. So that kind of looks interesting. Okay. First Bank Corp, FBP, going sideways here. FCell. And yeah, you're still on 3x3 on that one. That's fuel cell. By the way, this one was one that kind of popped a great deal on what was going on. So, I don't think you can say a lot more about that. Okay. See if there's anything else out here. I got Xerox. We'll get it in the next one. Did get down.
Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by BAM! As well as
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that will take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab. Bam!
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
Catch Tom O'Brien, professional trader and educator, founder of TFNN. Also, a special guest on CNBC. Tom will bisect and dissect the markets. The Tom O'Brien Show, next on TFNN.
And, we were looking at Xerox here. It did gap down. I don't think there's anything new in Xerox. It bounced down slight volume, but it's just been going sideways. You're waiting for this to break out one way or the other. So, I think that's kind of it. Don't think there's much in that. Let's check out the volumes. We're up 13 points on the S&P cash right now. 9.4 billion shares. Let me update this to make sure that's right. Yeah, 9.4 billion shares. Again, so we've come back down here with light volume. And I don't know what else you can say about it. Like I said, maybe going sideways for a few days next week. Maybe a pop into expiration on the 19th now that everybody's bearish. After that, I really would want to see this next week. Again, a lot of times will say that what I'm always trying to do is drive like I'm in fog. That is not outdrive my headlights, but actually look at driving within my limits. Maybe that's the best way to do it. So it's not like I can't sell Monday or Friday or a year from now. So I don't really have to make those decisions. So I kind of try to do it. Right now, that's the best thing I can say is through next Friday. I think we have a pretty good setup for a little bit of a rally or a bounce back into Friday. So I think that's about it. See anything else? That's about it. Anyway, we still got 10 seconds left. So anyway, what do we got? That's it. Volume's good. S&P starting to move higher. What are we off of? Up about 18 points off the lows. Anyway, sell when you can, not when you have to. And we'll see you Monday. Same bat channel, same bat time.